Two of the show's stars were burglarized while they were away at BravoCon.
I'm at the Wynn, which is our favorite hotel.
We were with Kathy Hilton just 36 hours before her husband Rick called 911 on Saturday, alerting them to 3 burglars in their Bel Air home.
Kathy, do you remember saying any of these
No,
things?
I don't. All of that, no, I don't.
It was so heartbreaking.
You know what I said to Lisa?
That I was on the other
I
end
know
of
that
this
you're having
abuse.
problems.
Her home just got burglarized. Her infamous meltdown destroyed her reputation. And the family secrets she tried to hide, they're all coming out. Kathy Hilton's perfect image is crumbling. And what I'm about to reveal will shock you. You know her as the quirky, fun mom from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The sweet lady who accidentally calls things the wrong name and throws legendary Christmas parties, the woman married into one of America's richest families, but that's all an act. Behind the designer clothes in Beverly Hills mansion lies a darker story, a toxic family dynasty. A woman accused of using slurs and having racist meltdowns, sisters who can't stand each other, and a recent home invasion that proves even the ultra-wealthy aren't safe. This is the story nobody's talking about. Until now. Let's start with who Kathy Hilton appears to be. She's married to Rick Hilton, whose grandfather Conrad Hilton founded the Hilton Hotel's empire. They live in a massive Bel Air estate. Their combined net worth? A cool $350 million. She's the mother of Paris Hilton, the original influencer who basically invented modern celebrity culture. And Nikki Hilton Rothschild, who married into the famous Rothschild banking family. Talk about dynasty meets dynasty. When Kathy joined Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in season 11, fans loved her. She was refreshing, funny without trying. She mispronounced words and called a hunky-dory situation hunky-dory. People thought she was adorable. Critics called her already a Real Housewives legend after just 1 season. Bravo's only mistake, they said, was not casting her sooner. But here's what they didn't know. Behind that ditzy socialite persona was someone very different, and it was all about to explode in the most spectacular way possible. September 2022. Season 12 of Robe. The cast takes a trip to Aspen, Colorado. This is where everything falls apart. The women are at a nightclub called the Caribou Club. Kathy wants to leave. Her sister Kyle doesn't. So Lisa Rinna offers to take Kathy home. Big mistake. According to Lisa Rinna, what happened next was terrifying. In the Sprinter van back to Kyle's house, Kathy allegedly started screaming. And I'm not talking about normal complaining. Lisa claims Kathy said things like, "I'm going to take down NBC Bravo. I will take down this show single-handedly. I will destroy you all." But it gets worse. So much worse. They get back to Kyle's Aspen house. Just the two of them. And according to Lisa, Kathy completely loses it. She takes off her glasses and throws them on the ground. She's jumping up and down, breaking her own glasses, pounding the walls, having a full meltdown. And then she starts targeting her own sister. Lisa claims Kathy said, "I made Kyle. I'm responsible for Kyle. And I will destroy Kyle and her family if it's the last thing I ever do." Think about that. This woman is threatening to destroy her own sister on camera to another cast member. But here's the kicker. None of this was actually filmed. The cameras were down for the night. No footage exists. It's Lisa's word against Kathy's, except there's more to the story. When Lisa finally revealed what happened on the show, she didn't tell the full story. Not even close. Reports started leaking. Insider sources. Screenshots of Lisa's text messages. And what they revealed was damning. According to multiple sources, Kathy's meltdown started at the club because a DJ refused to play Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. She got upset about not getting VIP treatment. And that's when witnesses claimed she used slurs, the N-word, homophobic slurs, called workers horrific names because she wasn't being treated like royalty. Lisa pulled her out of the club and they went back to Kyle's house, where the tirade continued. In confessionals, Lisa revealed what Kathy allegedly said about the other cast members. She called Crystal, Kung Minkoff, and Sutton Strack pieces of garbage who should be fired. She called Dorrit Kemsley a stupid, useless idiot. She claimed she had big deals over at NBC and was protected by the network. She said these people are peons and questioned why she had to be around them. The other housewives allegedly locked themselves in their rooms because they were scared. After the trip, Kathy disappeared for 2 weeks. She didn't attend the finale party. She went completely Maya. When confronted at the reunion, Kathy denied using slurs but admitted she said things she didn't mean. She blamed being overtired, angry, altitude, 2 glasses of wine. But Lisa wasn't buying it. She told Kathy, "You've got to figure out why you have a black heart." The damage was done. America had seen behind the mask. Here's what you need to understand. This isn't just about one bad night in Aspen. This is a pattern that goes back generations. Kathy's mother was known as Big Kathy, and by all accounts, she was obsessed with money, status, and marrying her daughters off to wealthy men. She pushed Kathy, Kim, and Kyle into Hollywood as child actors to generate income. The psychological impact? Devastating. Kathy married Rick Hilton when she was young, securing her connection to the Hilton fortune. But the relationship with her sisters? Toxic from the start. Kim Richards, the middle sister, has struggled with addiction for decades. Kyle has repeatedly called her out on national television instead of supporting her privately. The family dirty laundry has been aired season after season. And Kathy? She stayed away from the show for years, refusing to watch because it made her break down in tears, watching her sisters' lives fall apart. But when she finally joined, she brought all that baggage with her. The sisters have a pattern. They fight, they reconcile, they fight again. It's been this way for over a decade on television alone. The root of much of the tension? When Kyle's husband, Mauricio Umansky, left Rick Hilton's real estate firm to start his own company, Kathy saw this as a betrayal. She reportedly holds resentment toward Kyle's success, believing Kyle has surpassed her in fame and accomplishment. Even when they make up, it's temporary, performative. At their niece's wedding in July 2023, they hugged and cried and promised things would be different. By season 14, they're barely speaking again. This is a family that doesn't know how to love each other without conditions. And that toxicity has now infected every aspect of Kathy's public image. But it's not just the sisters. Kathy's relationship with her own daughter Paris has been complicated, to put it mildly. In 2020, Paris released a documentary called This Is Paris. And in it, she dropped a bombshell that shocked the world. When Paris was a teenager, Kathy and Rick sent her to boarding schools for troubled teens. But these weren't just schools. Paris alleges she was physically, emotionally, and mentally abused at these facilities. She claims she was strangled, locked in rooms, screamed at. She tried to tell her parents what was happening, but the staff would rip the phone from her hand and threaten her with violent physical restraints and solitary confinement if she said anything. Kathy had no idea. When Paris finally told her mother the truth in the documentary, Kathy was shell-shocked. She started crying. Paris explained, "I couldn't tell you guys because every time I tried, I got punished. They told me you wouldn't believe me anyway." Think about that. Kathy sent her daughter to a place that abused her for almost a year, and she had no clue because she never asked the right questions. Paris has since become an advocate against the troubled teen industry, working to pass legislation in California. She's turned her trauma into activism, but the question remains, what kind of mother sends her child away and doesn't check on what's really happening? And here's the uncomfortable truth. Kathy admitted in the documentary that she was more worried about her reputation than her daughter's well-being. They sent Paris away because Page Six was writing stories, and they didn't want to be embarrassed. Status over family, image over truth. That's the Hilton way. Now let's talk about something even more uncomfortable. Because the Aspen allegations weren't random. There's a history here. Remember those claims that Kathy used slurs in Aspen? Well, it runs in the family. In 2007, leaked videos surfaced of Paris using the N-word multiple times. She was caught on camera calling people homophobic slurs. She changed the lyrics to "We are family" to include anti-Semitic and racist language. A friend of Paris's told the National Enquirer, "She was forever using the N-word. I told her not to use it. It was offensive, but she just laughed. She is a racist." Now, where do you think Paris learned that behavior? When Lisa Rinna was trying to expose Kathy's meltdown, she sent text messages hinting at where these words came from. She wrote, "They got it from their mama. When it all starts coming out, do some Googling and see where those words have been thrown around before." The implication was clear. This language, this behavior, it's generational. It's how they talk behind closed doors. Kathy has never directly addressed these allegations. She's denied using specific slurs, but she's also admitted to saying things she shouldn't have said. That's not a denial. That's damage control. And when you're worth $350 million and have that much power, it's easy to make stories go away, or at least to make them quiet enough that people move on. Fast forward to November 16th, 2025. Just days ago, Kathy is in Las Vegas attending BravoCon, a massive fan convention where Bravo stars meet their audience. She's on panels, taking photos, playing the role of America's favorite socialite. Meanwhile, back in Los Angeles, something terrifying is happening. At 11:48 p.m. on Saturday night, Rick Hilton calls 911. There are 3 burglars inside their Bel Air home, right now. While he's there, police arrive, but the burglars have already escaped. It's unclear what, if anything, was stolen. Here's what makes this even more chilling. Another star, Sutton Strack, was also burglarized the same day. Earlier in the afternoon, her dog walker discovered a broken kitchen window. 2 reality stars. Same day. Both at BravoCon. Both homes targeted. This wasn't random. This was planned. The burglars knew exactly when these women would be out of town because BravoCon is heavily publicized. They knew the houses would be vulnerable. Rick was home during the break-in and is reportedly okay. But imagine the violation, the fear. These are people who have everything, and yet they're not safe in their own home. Kathy's spokesperson confirmed the incident but downplayed it. There was a break-in. Everyone is fine. But are they really? Because this incident exposes something deeper. When you live your life so publicly, when you broadcast every move on social media and reality TV, you become a target. The Hiltons have always flaunted their wealth, their homes, their lifestyle, and now they're paying the price. So where does Kathy stand today? Her relationship with Kyle is described as a work in progress. Translation? They're still fighting. They're just doing it more quietly. Her feud with Lisa Rinna eventually resolved after Lisa left the show. They talked for 20 minutes on the phone. Kathy said they're in a good place. But Lisa is gone from the franchise, so there's no more conflict to navigate. Kathy remains friendly with Dorrit Kemsley, which has created more tension with Kyle. She's trying to play Switzerland, but that's impossible when you're part of the drama. Meanwhile, her son Conrad has been involved in multiple legal controversies over the years, including allegedly stealing a car and violating restraining orders. Another child with issues that get swept under the rug, Paris is thriving professionally, but still processing her childhood trauma. Nikki seems to be the only well-adjusted one, having distanced herself from the reality TV circus. And Kathy, she's trying to maintain the illusion that everything is fine. That she's just a quirky socialite who loves Christmas parties and accidentally mispronounces words. But we know better now. Kathy Hilton's downfall isn't about one moment. It's about a lifetime of choices catching up to her. It's about prioritizing image over authenticity, status over substance, wealth over well-being. It's about a woman who allegedly uses hateful language when she doesn't get her way, then hides behind her charm and connections to avoid accountability. It's about a mother who sent her daughter to an abusive facility because she was worried about what people would think. It's about a sister who threatened to destroy her own family on national television. The home invasion last weekend, that's just the physical manifestation of a life already broken from the inside. Kathy has spent decades building a carefully curated image. The fun, rich lady, the mother of famous daughters, the wife of a Hilton. But the mask is cracking. And what's underneath? It's not pretty. The Aspen meltdown exposed her rage. The family feuds exposed her toxicity. Paris's documentary exposed her failures as a mother. And now, a home invasion has exposed her vulnerability. She's worth $350 million, but she can't buy back her reputation. She has every material possession imaginable, but she doesn't have peace. She has a famous name, but she's lost respect. And the worst part, she still doesn't seem to understand what went wrong. She's still making excuses, still blaming altitude and wine, still acting like the victim. The downfall isn't just getting worse, it's complete. And unless Kathy does some serious soul-searching and makes genuine amends, this is how the story ends. Not with redemption, but with a woman who had everything and threw it all away because she couldn't stop being cruel. That's the real tragedy of Kathy Hilton.